Hey you guys, I am redoing this video. I had a lot of technical issues with the other video. Took a long time to export it and to upload it onto YouTube, and I was having some audio problems with the last one. And then when I first exported it, my very first one, I didn't add it to YouTube. It didn't have any audio on it. And when I uploaded the second one, I went through the beginning part, and I saw it had audio, and I was thinking, oh, okay, it's working, so it's okay. And I uploaded it, and come to find out, there was no audio throughout the rest of the video. So basically, I was just trying to do a little editing to my videos. I'm trying to, well, I like to make them look a bit more professional because that's my major. I'm doing that type of stuff in class, so I was wanting to make them better, but apparently something went wrong with the program that I was using, and that didn't happen. And of course I messed up a couple of times, so that was another reason why I want to edit that video in particular, but whatever. Anyway, so this video is going to be about when is the best time to go to Japan. I hear a lot of you guys are actually trying to go to Japan this year, and I wanted to give a few tips on why I decided to go to Japan in December, and a bit of information about what would be a good time to go, because there are some bad times I think there is to go to Japan. So I went, of course, in December, and the main reason why I went in December was because I wanted to go to the onsens, and I had a month off from college. So those were two reasons why I wanted to go. What did I say in the last video? Oh, okay, yeah. Like here in the United States, we have Christmas and we have New Year's and stuff here in the United States, and it can get pretty expensive if you're trying to come into the United States during December. However, in Japan, that's not the case. December is not really a very busy it's not a very busy time period to go to Japan. So if you're wanting to go in December, if you find plane tickets that are around 300, 1400, that's the average cost for going in December. The prices aren't going to be much higher than that. I did make the mistake of thinking that December was a busy month, just like here in the United States, and I ended up spending a lot more on my plane ticket than I should have. Like that very next week after I bought my plane tickets, I saw tickets that were 1300. I saw tickets that were 1400. So if you're going in December, if you see tickets that are more than that cost, don't buy them. So New Year's in Japan is kind of a big thing, and I recommend to not go during New Year's because there are a lot of shops and stuff that are closed during that time period. There's a lot of attractions that are also closed. I will give you an example. When I was living in Japan, I needed to go grocery shopping during that time period, and I went to the supermarket and everything. When I was riding my bicycle there, I didn't see hardly anyone on the road, and when I got to the actual supermarket, it was closed, and I was kind of like freaking out. Like both of the supermarkets that were over there were closed, and I was kind of freaking out. I'm just like, what is going on? I'm just like, I need to get something to eat. So I called the sister, and she's like, oh yeah, the stores and stuff won't be open for the next 3 days. So the only thing that was open, thank goodness, was the convenience store. So I had to get my breakfast, lunch, and dinner from the convenience store. So yeah, the convenience store has like little food and stuff there. Like they cook like onigiri. They have like rice with some type of meat with it. So it's kind of like getting a meal at the convenience store. Not that used to doing that here in the United States, but it's kind of like getting a little lunch meal, a little bento box there at the convenience store. So just keep that in mind. It's not a really good time to go. You should try to go before that time period, because a lot of Japanese people are actually leaving to go and visit family during that time period. So that's why a lot of stuff is not open during that time period. So we have spring, we have May and June, which is rainy season, then summer, and then fall, and then winter. Spring is a really good time to go, but I expect it to be very expensive. As you know, the cherry blossoms and stuff is during that time period. So of course it's going to be a bit expensive because a lot of people want to go there. The weather is still, to my opinion, I'm cold natured, but I kind of felt like the weather was still pretty cold during that time period during the cherry blossoms. So still kind of cold during April and stuff, but it's a really good time to go if you want to see the cherry blossoms. May and June, you kind of have like a weird weather with the rainy season, so it will be expected to be a lot of rain and stuff, and then that's going to be the time when it's starting to get hot. Now, I cannot stress this enough. In Japan, it is very, very hot during June, July, August. It is very hot during this time period. To give you an example of exactly how hot it was during this time period, I was out in field service with an older sister. I was walking out in field service, and it felt like something was crawling on the back of my leg. So I reached back there to hit it because I was like, oh my god, there's some type of bug on me. And when I hit it, I hit into sweat that was raining down my leg. And I was just like, I've never sweated there before in my life. Never sweated in my leg before in my entire life. Out in field service, it's really good to carry an umbrella, or even if you're walking to the convenience store or walking anywhere, you might want to have an umbrella on to shade you from the sun. It got so hot during that time period, like I had like wet droplets all over my arm the entire time. Like I would go out there for like 10 minutes completely sweating on my clothes and have to go back in, like take 2 or 3 showers throughout the day and wash my clothes once a day because it was so hot outside. It was so hot during that time period. Now, I can actually go back to Japan this year in July, but I refuse to do that because it is too hot. Too hot. I can't deal with it. I rather deal with winter time, and I don't like to be cold. I don't like to be hot. I like to kind of be in the middle. Middle temperature is really nice. But it was unbearably hot. I think I turned into like a little vampire. I did not leave my house until after the sun went down. I stayed and basked into the air conditioning. It was so hot. And a lot of businesses and stuff, some businesses and places will have air conditioning and some won't. So don't get used to the fact that you may be going inside a building like, oh, it's going to have air. It may not have air. Okay? It may not have air. Japanese people don't sweat as much as American people, I don't think. So they don't really, I mean, I'm pretty sure they need it just as much as we do, but you know, you don't have to worry about like sweat pouring down off their faces and stuff like we have to. So I definitely would not recommend going during the summer period. Now, another high point, another expensive point that I would try to avoid if possible, August. August will be an extremely expensive time to go to Japan. Maybe some people have tried to travel there and it would have been okay. I just know, and I got this from a sister in Japan, a Japanese sister from Japan, who was telling me that August, she wrote down like the dates, like August is like a no-no. Don't go during August. Because a lot of Japanese people are getting out of school. A lot of Japanese people are buying plane tickets to go and travel abroad to other places during that time period. So going in August is a very expensive time period to go. Now, I know that the international convention is going to be in Yokohama during August, and I really would like to go. I really wish that I could go to the international convention, but of course I have school and things of that nature, so I can't really do that. And the fact that it will be a bit expensive. It would be a really nice experience to be able to go, because you'll be able to go out in field service and stuff with them. But I won't be able to go to it. So, but if you guys are able to go to it, please let me know. Send me a comment. If y'all are able to go to that international convention that's in Yokohama, I would love to know about everything and what you're doing to prepare for that. But, yeah, that's another time period that's not really ideal to go, is in August. Now, like, September, October, November is when the changing of the leaves and stuff is going on. So that's a really pretty time to go to Japan. You can see the different colors in the leaves. And I definitely recommend Kyoto as if you want to see beautiful leaf changes, make sure you go to Kyoto and see them. It's really nice. You got different temples and stuff that you can go and see them. I remember going out in field service and doing a lot of looking at the trees and stuff while we're out in field service. It's just wonderful time period. So I think that's off season to go to Japan. I'm not really sure. I know I went to like a fire festival type of thing in October when I was there. That was nice. It was in Kurama. Kurama's a good place to go. Also, if you want to see the changing of the leaves, it's really pretty. What else? Okay, I think I've covered everything. January, February, March. March or April. April is when they'll be starting school too, so I guess that's another reason. January, February, March. I think those are all off seasons. So it'll be cold. It's very cold there. Make sure you pack lots of clothes. It's very, very cold there. Very, 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 very cold. In Japan. December too. Very, 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 very cold. So, yeah. So those are my recommendations of when will be the best time to really go to Japan and really to be able to enjoy Japan the way that you would want to. I'm doing a review. Summertime, don't do it, man. Unless you really like heat, unless you really like to be hot, it is very miserable. Because you will be walking a lot. You will be walking to the train stations. You will be walking to the bus stop. If you are going to go during the summertime, make sure you bring some type of umbrella with you to walk around with. I'm dead serious. It's a lot of sun if you're not used to it. It's a lot of sun. But those are my recommendations. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Sorry about the other one. Hopefully I'll be able to do more effects, more editing to these videos instead of just talking and sending them off. So you guys take care, and hope to talk to you later. And I'm working on part 2 of my Japan trip. That will be up hopefully before February. Talk to you later. Bye bye.